Campus 26 Sports and CCTV High School Hockey presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
Randy, is that you touching me or is that something? All right, welcome back everybody to the third period. My name is Bill Dooley, and we are pleased to have three of our longtime coaches here, Mike Stebbins, Randy Boyke, and Les Sharp. And we'll start off with Mike. Mike, how many years have you been with the high school hockey program?
About 5-6 years, Bill, yeah.
And over those years, you've seen a lot of players. You keep in contact with a bunch of them?
Well, you know, every now there's all roads lead to the men's league, Bill. So we always see him showing up in the men's league, yeah.
Mike, how is Max doing? Can you just fill us in real quick where he is and what he's doing?
He's stationed in North Dakota. Now he's in the United States Air Force.
All right, great. Randy, how many years have you been with the high school team?
That's a good question. I don't think I can count back that far, but helping him out early days and then been with the program probably the last 10, 11 years at least.
And can you give us a little update on Mike, where he is and what he's doing?
Sure. Michael's over in the Thumb right now. Shout out to Mike. He wishes he could be here. He's doing real well over there, working out of the USDA office, doing NRCS work, so but still loves the game.
All right. All right. Les.
William.
Yes. You've been here a little while, haven't you?
A little while, yeah. 18 years.
18 years. Eric and I were up there reminiscing. You've seen a ton of players go through the system, almost all of them, right?
Bus rides, flat tires, and flatulence. We've seen just about all you can see. It's all good stuff, though.
That's right. You still have that passion and still have fun reffing or coaching?
I have no use for reffing, but we love coaching. It's a blast. That's why we keep coming back.
Les, what's Evan doing these days?
He is down in Grand Rapids with his girlfriend. He's working down there. Staying out of trouble, not asking me for money. It's all good.
All right, shout out to your wife.
Hello, Diana. Hi, Mom.
Shout out to your wife.
Love you, Sue.
Love you, Beth. See you soon.
All right, we are going to throw it up to Eric Sharp in the booth, and we'll be right back in just a second.
All right, and we're back here. Thank you, Bill and Les and Mike and Randy down there. Great job on the interview. Wanted to give a shout out here. Shout out to all of our past and present assistant coaches, Tom Mueller, Mark Moore, Brad Major, Randy Boyke, Mike Stebbins, and Les Sharp. A big thank you to all you've done for Cadillac Viking Hockey. Also a big thank you to their significant others, Sue Boyke, Beth Stebbins, Diana Sharp, Nikki Moore, Penny Graham, and Joyce Mueller. Also wanted to hit the sponsors up. Napa, Pizza Plus, Cadillac Tire, and Cadillac Casting. A big thank you go out to those sponsors for this sports presentation. All of our sports broadcasts are produced with cooperation between the Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, CCTV, and My News 26. Students run cameras, graphics, and instant replay, supervised by a professional director. A big shout out, well, not a shout out, we want to recognize them. Our crew tonight, Director Wyatt Van Dynen, Heather Stilson on camera, Gabrielle Long, Renee Convica, and Bailey Hoover are your camera folks and everybody putting this game on. Bill, welcome back to the booth.
All right, we just had a nice little chat with some people you might know, Mike Stebbins, Randy Boyke.
Unfortunately, I do.
And Les Sharp. So that was great getting a little talking with them. We also want to give a big shout out to Dawson Cook. He's a former Cadillac standout hockey player from 2009 to 2011. Dawson is playing for Notre Dame Fighting Irish, currently ranked second in the nation in Division I hockey. Dawson is majoring in marketing at Notre Dame, and prior to college, Dawson played on the Green Bay Gamblers in the USHL, also led the U.S. to a silver medal in the Under-17 World Championships. Congratulations to Dawson and his parents, Dave and Michelle Cook.
Chance right there. It went down on Fosmore. Fosmore played it, went down, put his head down to cover it, and it just squirted free. Puck was tipped at center there by Shearer, and the Wildcats are back to get it.
Eric, it's, I would say that Cadillac, nice hit there by, who was it? That was Hayden Watkins. Right off the but the Vikings need to really come out with some intensity and a little sense of urgency here.
Yeah, the only other game I've been to this year, and I talk to my dad quite often, the only other game I went to was the Big Rapids game, and in the third period, they just kind of went to sleep. And you can't let that become a trend, or else you're going to find yourself out of the first round of the playoffs.
All right, coming back the other way, Alex Leotard for the Vikings. Big hit there on Stamos. Nico Samus, who I'm not sure if he scored that second goal or not. I did not hear the.
I believe it was, where is it at? Number 10, Jake Kruzich got that goal.
Okay. David Carpenter with the shot makes it all the way through. Steered aside by Pellerino. Ian Lilly, number 13 for the Vikings. He's pinned in along the boards there by Stamos. And out comes the Wildcats, 2-on-2 with the third trailing. Over the line, they'll just dump it into the corner and chase after it. Vikings, Jack Schmidtdale will get it up to Alex Leotard. That one goes all the way through to Kolinsky, and they'll keep it in the zone behind the net. David Carpenter, number 16, will try the other side. Flips it up the boards over the linesman head, and taken there by Wiggins. Wiggins tried to sidestep that hit by Carpenter, and the Vikings put it behind the boards. And Eric, we have another guest up here. You might have to give the headset up here in just a second to one of your buddies.
I have to relinquish it right away.
All right.
The man's a legend.
Here's a centering pass just wide of the net. That was Joe Peterson, who almost had a chance there. Vikings are fighting him behind the net. Coming out with it is Wiggins, number 22. He centers it. Only one there is Brian Geiger. Brian Geiger loses control at center, and the Wildcats will go for a line change. Oh, there's a little bit of a hook, and the referee has his hand up. They will touch it, and Tommy, we've got a hooking call on Mattawan, so that'll put the Vikings on a power play. How you doing?
Good, Bill. How are you?
Great. I'm glad you could make it. Where'd you drive in from?
Duluth, Minnesota.
What are you doing up there?
Claims adjuster, Progressive Insurance.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's what I always dreamt of.
Any family yet, Tommy?
Yeah, I have a 15-year-old son. He actually just drove with him today. So it's a little scary experience, but I don't know, I guess fun in a way.
Oh, that's right. It adds a little excitement to life.
Right.
The Vikings now on the power play. They've got Alan Shear out there. Number 22, Wiggins. Oh, he almost takes a head off Austin Pendrick, and he's going to get a penalty, I believe, on probably a hit to the head. But coming back is Hayden Watkins, number 5, over the line. We got a delayed penalty coming up. Watkins will just give the puck a smart play, Tom, so they can get that 2-man advantage.
That's a 5-on-3 now.
Yeah. What did you think of that hit there?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was lining him up. He was trying to sidestep it, but then he caught him up high with the hand.
It didn't look dirty. It just looked like one of those situations where he couldn't get out of the way almost.
Yeah. Hey, first year for you, 1998.
Oh,
the inaugural team 20 years ago. We've had a couple of your former teammates up here in the booth and had a few laughs already. And one of the reoccurring themes was how the great defense they played in front of you to limit the amount of shots. There's a shot, score, the Vikings! That's Austin Pendrick, number 6. And the Vikings have tied it up 2-2. You must be good luck, Tommy.
Yeah, right. Hey, we get to keep the power play, too.
That's right. The Vikings will now have a one-man advantage, and I think that one made it all the way through. I think it was a screenshot.
Screen maybe tipped. I couldn't. We had a pretty good angle on it, though.
As a goalie, what are some of the toughest shots? The big slap shots, the wristers? I mean, just kind of tell us what you're thinking there.
Backhands are tough. You can't read it coming off the stick. Obviously, screens, if you can't see it, you just rely on your positioning.
Right.
Being a bigger goalie at the time, everybody's a giant now in that. Having size is huge and being in position. So
yeah. You see a theme in the NHL now is these really big goalies, Ben Bishop and other players. It's like amazing that the size that they're that mobile enough.
Vasilevsky for Tampa Bay, 6'7". I mean, he could probably dunk a basketball.
That's unbelievable.
What's he doing playing hockey?
Right, yeah. The Vikings now with a power play for 1:40 to go. Here's a pass. Chanel scores! And the Vikings, as quick as you can score, they've done it twice.
Well, maybe I should stay.
You're not leaving. So that one was Derek Tonello. I think that shot made it through on the screen. I want to say Austin Pendrick may have got an assist on that. We'll have to wait for the official scores, but the Vikings 3-2.
You know what I've liked about these last 2 goals? They're not afraid to shoot. They get the puck, they have a look, they shoot.
And a lot of times they try and get the perfect shot and sometimes just shoot the puck.
Right. And as a fan, how many times you watch on TV and go, they made too many passes. Why didn't they shoot? Those are two good goals.
Now, getting back to some of the funny things by your teammates there as far as the defense, you did see a lot of vulcanized rubber in your days. There's a play right out in front. Score! The Vikings! The coach for Mattawan is not too happy.
No, he's hot about something. He's hot at the official.
Now, we got to see what I'm not sure what his beef was. You know, that there's somebody in the crease. Not quite sure, but it looked like a good goal to me.
No interference. I don't think anybody's in the crease. I don't know if they missed an offsides or something, but he's
right.
I've never seen a coach happy after a goal, though.
No. But 3 goals in a matter of, I want to say, 1 minute or less.
Just about, yeah.
I tell you the truth, I don't think I've seen in high school hockey that quick of goals.
No, I've been on the wrong end of that one before.
Do you keep in touch with any of the teammates from any of the years, Tommy?
You know, a little bit. Obviously, I'm here with my buddy Dan, who I grew up with.
Hodgson.
Facebook is really how you do it now. You're basically just saying, all right, well, who has the kids? What's their kids doing, and where are they at?
Right.
So.
Right. So your son's 15. Do you get a chance to play any hockey once in a while, just recreational hockey down there? Up there, I mean?
I can't tell you how huge hockey is in Duluth. It's scary. It's like a religion there. When I first moved out there, I want to say about 5 years ago, I was subbing goalie a little bit, and then, man, is it competitive. Knees, hips, shoulders just started hurting. I said, I'm not going to ruin golf season for this. So I haven't skated in a couple of years. There's a lot of outdoor rinks that I'll teach my fiance how to skate, so I still get out a little bit, but I don't put myself in front of pucks anymore.
And your fiance's name?
Diana Camacho. She's from Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, shout out to Diana. Well, the Vikings now, they ice the puck. It's 4-2. Vikings with the lead here with 12:27 to go in the third period. You are watching high school hockey action on 26 Sports and CCTV. We are happy to have Tommy Mueller with us in the booth. He was with the 1998 inaugural team 20 years ago, Tommy, and you guys didn't win a lot of games, but you had some moments during that season. What was one of them that you can think of that was like either a funny thing or something that sticks in your mind from that season?
I think the first thing that sticks out was the first home game that we had. I remember it against Traverse City West. I don't know if this building's ever been so packed or so loud. There wasn't even standing room available. Yeah. Hockey in Cadillac was new at the time. So fans probably didn't even know why the whistle was being blown for offsides.
Mattawan scored on a 2-on-1. A beautiful play there by Wiggins, and trying to see if we can get a number on that. As soon as he turns around, that is number 10. I want to say that's Jake Kruzich. And Wiggins worked it beautiful 2-on-1 play, so it's 4-3 now. Goals are coming fast and furious.
No kidding. This is getting fun to watch.
Yeah, you got a good view up here. I was at that game. That first game, and I totally agree with you. It was unbelievable, the electricity and just the excitement to have hockey in Cadillac.
Yeah, and it was I again remember the game. It was 1-0 late. Traverse City West was winning. They had pulled me for the extra attacker, and we scored a late goal. And I think the roof came off when we scored. The game ended in a tie.
Yeah,
but I thought it was pretty cool.
Huge hit there on Justin Smith right down below us. You could feel that one, couldn't you?
Yeah, we could.
Was that Hodgson that scored the goal? Do you remember, Tommy?
I actually don't remember who.
We'll ask him because he's up here next.
If he didn't, he'll probably take credit for it.
Oh, yeah. We got an offside, or no, slashing, excuse me. And we'll have to wait and see. Somebody's stick is laying there, so I assume that was slashed out of his hands. Nope, it's going to be Hayden Watkins number 5 for the Vikings. So that's going to put Mattawan on the power play. And just as it was 4-2, it has turned really quickly with a goal by Mattawan and now the power play. Face off deep in the Viking zone. Played back to the blue line, knocked away there beautifully by Alan Shear. Shear's got a step on his man, down the side, tried to sidestep out in front. Stamos with a beautiful defensive play there. There's a pass over to Nico Stamos, number 9. Stamos takes 2 guys and is railed into the boards. Picking it up is Przewicz, and the Vikings clear. That was Justin Smith, and coming up to get it is Austin Pendrick, number 6. Wow, good action here.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Kolinsky, Brad Kolinsky, weaving his way over the line. He'll drop it back to the point to Kruzic, over to Wiggins. Wiggins had one of the goals tonight. Kolinsky now will set up the power play. There's a shot, screen play, it's loose. Trying to dig it away is Mattawan. They'll get it back to Kruzic. And to Stamos at the point. Stamos over to Kolinsky. Look at the battle out in front of the net, Tommy.
Yeah, it's getting rough. I like that, though.
Whoa.
Goalies like that.
Here's a quick shot there. Nice save by Fosmore. The puck is bounced out to the point. Keeping it in is Kolinsky. A lot of pressure right now. The Vikings are looking to get a clear.
And they are still battling out front. And there's another penalty.
And there's a pass down. We've got a cross check.
I think they battled a little too hard out front.
Well, that is that's going to put the Vikings down 2 with 42 seconds to go. We got 10 minutes to go here in the third period, so the Vikings find themselves in a little bit of a hole.
Boy, they were drawing a lot of attention to themselves out front, and you knew the first person to make the mistake, the hand was going up, and that's what happened.
Step over that line just a little bit.
Right.
So some of the teammates, I think I mentioned that Pete Shafson might be here. That's his name from the past, isn't it? A blast from the past?
It is. I haven't seen him in the lobby. I will rope him up here if I do.
All right, a 5-on-3 here for the Wildcats as they work it around. Back to Stamos. He'll take the shot. Nice save by Fosmore. Right in front of the net is Pusevic, and Fosmore just gave him a little shove. You got to do that. Kolinsky in the corner. Back out to Stamos. That shot was blocked, I believe.
That's a nice play. 5-on-3. There's a lot of open ice right now to block a shot. That's huge.
Did that hit the netting? Is that what? Because I lost. Okay, I lost sight of it for a second. We've got 14 seconds left in the first penalty to the Vikings. Kolinsky over to Stamos. He seems to be that one way up into the rafters.
I think that caught the mast. I think I heard a click. Yeah.
Well, he's giving a high five, and the guys are happy that he stopped it. However, he did. So we've got 9 seconds to go here. Vikings have Shear, Pendrick, and Carpenter as their 3-man kill unit. Kruzic will get it back to the point to Stamos. Over to Kolinsky. Kolinsky down deep to Wiggins. Wiggins tried to center it. Good job there by Carpenter. Ooh, that thing's bouncing crazily around. Back to the point and over the man. And first one after will be Hayden Watkins. They're down to 1 minute on the second penalty.
Boy, it's fun to watch this penalty kill. I'm watching the formation and how they're doing it, and it's the same thing he was teaching 20 years ago.
That's pretty neat, too, when you can pick out stuff like that.
Yep.
Kolinsky's been out there a while along with Wiggins. He'll fake it. Over to Wiggins. Back to Kolinsky. In the corner. Kruzic. Back to Stamos. Vikings doing a nice job keeping him to the perimeter. That one is blocked up into the screen. Way to sell out the body by Alan Shear. 31 seconds to go here in the kill. Vikings clinging to a 1-goal lead. We're celebrating 20 years of high school hockey. We have Tommy Mueller, who was the original goalie back in 1998.
Every time you say it, I feel a little bit older.
Well, I feel old too. All right, Tonello with some speed trying to get down there. Nice defensive play by the Wildcats. Here's a long pass up to center. Keeping it in is Wiggins as it bounced off his pads. Back to the point to Stamos. Over to Klinsky with the one-time shot. He fanned on it. Behind the net now to Kruzic. Back to Stamus. Klinsky will try it again. Vikings got a couple blocks, and they will clear the zone, and they are back to full strength. Good job by the Vikings to kill off that two-man penalty.
Give credit to the forwards for blocking shots on that kill.
Oh, and as a goalie, love to see that, don't you?
Yeah, because they're not wearing all the pads that we do.
Yep. Now over the line is Alan Shear. Shear with the fake, gets a weak shot. Picking it up are the Wildcats. Up the boards to number 10, that's Kruzic. Kruzic will dump it into the zone, and he's looking for a change. Well, Tommy, we're going to see you at the end of the game. We're going to try and get a group shot down by that camera there, but we want to thank you for being in the booth with us. It's just been, a lot of fun, just talking, reminiscing a little bit.
I appreciate it. Fun to be back. Thank you.
And it was so great to see your dad and get him on the pregame show. So you'll have to watch that because we had a nice interview with him and Coach Graham in our pregame show.
Oh, you got him on TV with his hair, huh?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Well,
all
thanks
right.
again.
Thank you very much. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, the Wildcats will drive it into the zone behind the net.
I don't know if I've ever seen somebody lose their gloves so much. There's a third time this game.
Eric, we've seen a lot here tonight. 3 of the fastest goals in history. Now coming down is Justin Smith. Puck is deflected behind the net. Chasing after it is Tonello.
I could hardly start talking to the sheriff if they score 3.
I told Tommy, I said he can't leave. I mean, that was the best luck I've seen in a long time. Derek Tonello, number 14. Back to the point. It was ricocheted off the Cadillac stick, and they'll have to clear the zone.
That's all right there. I mean, you just send it back in. You have numbers coming against you. You take that delayed offside.
Absolutely. Hey, Eric, while we have a second, if you could maybe go down the list here, just name some of the players that have had some All-State honor mentions for the Vikings.
Yeah, we've got our All-State awards. First-team All-State, Will Badner in 2009-2010. P.J. O'Hagan was second-team All-State. Eric Hoblet that same year, second-team All-State. Mike Boyke was All-State Dream Team goalie, all from that year. Dawson Cook, the Fighting Irish hockey player, he was All-State second-team the next year. Dane Moore, the year after that, All-State honorable mention. Spencer Graham, All-State second team. Patrick Briggs, All-State second team in 2013-2014. Levi Rowan, All-State second team in 2014-15. And Tommy Mueller, All-State honorable mention 2000-2001.
It's pretty cool to see how the program has produced some players that been mentioned as far as All-State goes. Also playing in some college hockey, juniors.
Yeah, you've got some of the. I know Nate played in the Southern Pro Hockey League. Nate Peterson. Tommy played for Ferris State.
Yeah.
Dawson playing for Notre Dame right now. It's neat to see. To think about 22 years or 21 years ago, we were outside here.
Yeah.
This rink was outside. There was no roof, and we were playing outdoor hockey.
Yeah, it's that is. It's just fantastic to see. And for me, doing a little research and getting to talk to some of the players, it's kind of cool catching up with where they are. Dane Moore, he's in upstate New York now at Morristown State.
Incredible beard.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I haven't seen it on Facebook.
It's out of this world.
All right, puck goes all the way down to Pellerito with 5 minutes to go in the game. The Vikings are up 4-3. And Eric, we're going to pass the headset on to Dan Hodgson right now, so we'll have you back in a second.
All right.
As we get Dan on here.
There you go.
All right, the puck is played in the zone behind the net. David Carpenter up the boards, and that's turned over by Ian Munch. Tried to center it. There's a shot by Slager and a good save by Fosmore. The puck is loose, and the net, I think, came off the mooring. We got a little bit of a fight going on here. Dan, welcome, and you got right into the action, didn't you?
Yeah, man, look at these guys going at it.
The net was knocked off. We'll see if the referees just kind of break it up a little bit and say, nice job, boys. Well, we have a little time here. Dan, you tell us when you played.
The first year.
First
year for a couple of years. I didn't stay through my senior year like Tommy and the rest of those guys did, but
okay.
yeah, I was there for the first couple of years. So.
Good group of guys there?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. We all played together before the high school team was actually started.
Okay.
We played a lot of the travel team together. Grand Rapids area, all that. And so it was interesting because we took that same team that we had that was so successful,
Yeah.
and then we brought them to the high school team and the first inaugural team. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, we've been kind of reminiscing a little bit. Just throw it out there to you. What's something that sticks in your mind, something funny, something interesting with that first year? So I know there's so many of them, but
yeah,
know,
the 5 a.m. practices, probably.
The 5 a.m.
It was
practices?
5 or 5:30 in the morning. I want to say 2 days a week. We'd get here at 5:30 in the morning. I remember I'd dress at the house because it was so cold. My dad would drive me to the rink, but yeah, we'd practice at 5 or 5:30 in the morning for an hour and a half.
Wow.
Shower and go right to school. I mean, it's like literally walking into school 7:55, almost late for class.
Yeah, I did not hear that. Nobody has mentioned that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did those guys not remember that?
Yeah, well, they probably blocked it out of their memory.
It's tough to get moving at 5:30 in the morning and to have Scott Graham,
Yeah.
yelling at you and get you motivated. It's tough. You're like, yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to move. But
Hey, Traverse City West game, we were trying to think. Tommy was saying it was one of the greatest games, that first home game. Everybody just said it sent chills down their spine.
Yeah.
Did you score a goal in that game?
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that. What happened? And
you know what's weird is that I think my teammates remember more about that goal than I did because it was such a blur. If I remember it right, which it might be wrong, we were either tied or down by one. And maybe we were down by one.
I think you were down by one.
There was a big scrum in front. I want to say it was on this end of the net down here, on the rink. And I don't know, there's just a big scrum, and I was there, and guys are falling around beside me, and all of a sudden the puck was just right there, and there wasn't much time left in the game, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It just landed on my stick, and I dumped it in the net, and everyone just went nuts. But again, I vaguely remember that. Everyone else is like, hey, do you remember that goal? I'm like, kind of. I remember my name on the score sheet, but that's it. So
Mattawan just scored on the rebound there, Dan, and that'll tie the game up at 4. So 4:30 to go here in the game. I think what they were saying is you guys, your goal put your team in the lead, and then they pulled their goalie late, tied it, and then it might have went into overtime. But I was here at that game. I remember the jam-packed, excitement. It was unbelievable.
I do remember that part of the game. It was an unbelievable game. There was a lot of excitement. I was glad that I was able to chip in a little bit there. But yeah, honestly, I don't remember the end of it. It was kind of a blur. Yeah, I know it was a big moment. I also remember missing a chance for a goal there too. So
that was Alan Shear with a quick chance of centering play. Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you work. Do you have a family? Anything like that?
Oh yeah. So from Cadillac originally. Grew up here. Moved away about when I was 20. I've been in Grand Rapids for the last 15 years or so. I'm a vice president of operations at a software company called SalesPad in Grand Rapids. So,
no kidding.
Really good gig. No kids, no wife. My girlfriend's here with me tonight.
What's her name?
Lynn Ann.
Give her a little shout out.
Yeah, she's over there in the crowd. Tall drink of water. She's taller than most people here. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I probably haven't been in this rink in 10 to 12 years.
Oh, glad we could get you back here for this.
It's exciting to see all the old guys again. And unfortunately, my dad passed away last year from cancer, and I still remember he always stood in that corner over there and watched all of our games. So it's been kind of fun to come back and stand there and remember that. So it's been a great experience.
Do you get a chance to play any hockey, just rec hockey here and there, or not really?
I played a ton when I moved to Grand Rapids, but in the last year I haven't so much. I probably haven't been on the ice in 8 months, but I'd say overall I still play quite a bit. Definitely over the last 10 years I've played a lot. A lot of men's leagues in Grand Rapids.
Yeah. All different rinks, or is there a couple rinks in particular? There's a shot. They score from the left side. It was a screen, and Carter did not pick it up right away. And all of a sudden, just like that, their 4-2 lead is evaporated. It's 5-4 now, the Wildcats.
This has just been a crazy game. Just goals all over the place.
This is unbelievable.
We had, 3 goals in a couple minutes, and now they came right back. And
yes.
They've been chipping away.
Yep, Cadillac scored 3 goals in about a minute.
Yeah.
And now, right back, storm the Wildcats. And it is 5-4 with just under 3 minutes to go here in the third period. So the Vikings are hoping they can pull it even right here. So who here tonight? Has it been the longest since you've seen, or is there a couple of them?
Oh, there's a couple of them. Ben Balcom and Todd Foster, probably, or not Todd, Kirk Foster.
Yep.
Probably the two I haven't seen in the longest. Kevin Gerard, I ran into. We were playing pond hockey up at Sault Ste. Marie for the Labatt Blue Pond Hockey Tournament last year.
Yeah.
And I just ran into him randomly there, which was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Tommy, him and I are great friends. We still keep in touch. I go out to Duluth to see him a couple times a year.
Oh, that's good.
So I just saw him a few months ago.
Okay.
But I haven't seen his dad in a long time, our old coach, Tom Mueller Sr.
Yeah.
It was fun to see him. We're always joking and jabbing at each other. So it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of guys I'd like to see, but we didn't get a great turnout for some of those guys tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that live a long ways away.
Yeah.
We didn't have a huge warning. We're going to try and do this again when we get a little bit more of a time to contact the people. Yeah. So maybe next year we'll get a chance to do that. You are watching high school hockey on 26 Sports and CCTV. We have Dan Hodgson in the booth with us. He's from the inaugural team from 1998 and 99, so happy to have him along. And Dan, we're going to pass the headset over to Eric Sharp here, and then we will see you after the game for that group photo over there, all right? Thank you so much for joining us in the booth.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
All right. We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the game. The puck is played up high, knocked down nicely by Ian Lilly. Ian Lilly with the puck. He'll take the shot. It's deflected. Nice sprawl there by Stamus to knock that one away. Back to the point. Vikings will play it right back into the corner. Alex Leotard in for Lilly. Now coming on, the Vikings have pulled their goaltender. They have the extra attacker with 1 minute to go in the game. The Wildcats will try and tie it up along the boards. Coming up with it, the Wildcats keeping it in momentarily. Great individual effort there by Schmidtdeal. There's a pass over on the other side just off the stick of Gavin Foster. Back to the point, and it finally comes out to center. We've got 38 seconds to go. Ian Lilly turning with it with some speed on the right side. Puts his head down. Oh, and he is drilled into the boards. There's a play down the ice. Heading towards the empty net, Alan Shear diving for it. It's just a little bit wide. Good effort there with 20 seconds to go in the game.
If he would have dove for it, they probably would have got an icing out of that deal.
I was thinking the same thing. It's one of those things where you don't know if it's going in.
Yeah.
Puck is right at the blue line.
What a hit right there.
There's a long shot. Oh, it hit one of the Wildcats. And do we have a high stick here? Yes, we do. Well,
that's going to do it.
0.6 seconds. That will do it here. As smart play by the Wildcats not to touch it right away.
Yeah, Cadillac needed to pressure there because basically, I mean, you would have got a free shot. That's your only shot left.
Yeah.
Just kind of disappointed. They fell apart again late in the third.
Eric, I'm wondering if you want to go down with some of the former players and the coaches over there. Okay. I'll just do a quick wrap up, and that way you can get things set up for our group photo, get everybody together. How's that sound?
That works for me.
Okay, very good. All right, we have a timeout here. The Vikings with 0.6 seconds. See if they can pull a rabbit out of a hat. We want to get our sponsors in here one more time. We have Napa Auto Parts, located in Cadillac, Lake City, and Big Rapids. Pizza Plus, downtown Cadillac, great pizza, one of the best crust I've ever tasted. We have Cadillac Tire and Cadillac Castings. Thank you so much for all of our sponsors. We want to thank our crew here tonight, Wyatt Van Dynen. We have Gabrielle Long, she's down on the south end. We have Bailey Hoover is working the main camera up above. Renee Konvicka is on the north end, and she's been doing a great job putting up with all of our interviews. We have Heather Stilson is the assistant director, and did I mention Wyatt Van Dynen? Yes, I did. All right, we are back for the final drop of the puck here. It is 5-4 Mattawan Wildcats with the lead. In just a moment on the post-game show, we're going to try and get a bunch of the former Viking players together down at the north end of the arena. All right, we have got to get one more shout-out here if I can find my paperwork. Nate Peterson up in Alaska. Nate played for Cadillac from 2001 to 2005. He is the 6th leading scorer in Cadillac Viking history. Nate played some semi-pro hockey down south, and now he is doing some guiding work up in Alaska. Congratulations to Nate and his parents, Dolores and Dan. We also want to give a shout out to our past and present athletic directors here at Cadillac, John Horrigan, Rich Giddens, and now Fred Bryant. The puck is dropped, and that'll end the game here with Mattawan Wildcats taking a 5-4 victory. We also want to give a shout out to our former coaches, Tom Mueller, Mark Moore, who could not be here tonight, Brad Mazur, Randy Boyke, Mike Stebbins, and Les Sharp. Thank you for all that you guys have done for Cadillac hockey. And also, we want to give a shout out to the wives of some of the coaches, Sue Boyke, Beth Stebbins, Diana Sharp, Nikki Moore, Penny Graham, and Joyce Mueller. So thank you so much for all your support and your strength over the years for this Cadillac hockey program. All right, right now we're going to take a quick break, and we will have our post-game show. You are watching high school hockey on 26 Sports and CCTV. The final score here, the Cadillac Vikings lose a tough one, 5-4 to the Mattawan Wildcats. Stay tuned for the post-game show.